please welcome back to the show Marissa Stapley, also known as Julia McKay. Marissa. So you are both Marissa Stapley, but you are also Julia McKay, the latter being your twin author alias. Can you explain this to us?
So Julia is my middle name, by the way. So when you're like, Marissa Julia, I'm like, yes, that's correct. That is my name. So, you know, when readers pick up novels, they expect something from the author based on their name. So you pick up Danielle Steele, you're looking for something. Carly Fortune, something specific. So Marissa Stapley writes, you know, dramatic book club fiction, a lot of stuff, you know, there's con artists, there's criminal lives, lots of stuff happens. Julia McKay is giving you a heartwarming holiday romance complete with happy ending. So I couldn't have the same name because the expectation would be different.
Okay, wow. I want a second name.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So you can do a whole alter ego like side hustle. Anyway, okay, so the book is not a young adult novel, but the first few pages kind of make it seem like it is. And you see that's very intentional, so tell us more.
So this novel is a second chance romance, meaning our characters have a past together and they're coming back for a second chance at love after messing it up the first time. But a lot of their past happens off the page. And romance readers really, they need to feel what your characters are feeling. But they can't feel that because they don't get to be in the past. But I decided here, okay, we're going back into the past. I'm going to paint their love story on the page. So you do see her 18-year-old self in those first few pages, but it's not YA. Things get definitely not YA.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's just go back and talk about, with the book Christmas at the Ranch, like, paint us a picture what it's all about.
So as I said, it's second chance romance set in Haliburton, Ontario. There's a sexy rancher. He has a horse farm. We have Emery, who's at a crossroads escaping major Christmas family drama in the city when she's watching breakfast television on her, you know, treadmill at the gym and sees that her father has been arrested for fraud. Like, family drama happens at the holidays, but for her, in overdrive. So she jumps in her car, just starts to drive, and realizes she's driving back towards the small town Evergreen where she was happy as a teen for one Christmas when she fell in love.
Well, you're speaking to my heart because you know that I'm a horse girl.
I do know, yes.
And this is set on a ranch, and the story is very, let's call it horse heavy, which we love that. Are you a horse girl? I mean, I see it on your sweater.
Yes.
Are you a horse girl?
I am a horse girl. The first thing I ever fell in love with was a horse.
Oh.
I love horses. I rode horses all through my childhood and teenage years. My daughter rode horses. We still ride together. Actually found a great barn near the cottage in Haliburton. And there was just so much inspiration there for the book. But this is all very genuine. Yes, I'm a horse girl, forever.
Okay, so let's talk about the setting for the book. It's actually a dreamy, picturesque small town in northern Ontario. And you say that this is actually based on a real place. So, where is it so we can check it out?
So these are all images taken from our cottage in Haliburton. I fell in love again with Haliburton. We got a cottage there a few years ago. We took possession in the fall, so our first season was winter, and I was like, oh my gosh, cottage country in the winter is, it's its own thing. And I wanted to share this. Like, we, as Canadian novelists, used to be told, do not set it somewhere else, set it in the US. People are not that interested in Canada, but come on, it's so gorgeous. Carly Fortune, who I mentioned before, kind of blazed a trail for all of us. So I set it in Haliburton, and I just, you know, you can go there. It's 3 hours. Probably take you about an hour and a half to get out of the city in the traffic, holiday traffic, but it's so beautiful, and there are beautiful little horse farms and frozen lakes and so much. You'll recognize so much of the book.
So we've heard of the term method acting for actors who just don't break out of character the whole time they're shooting the film. Did you do something called method writing?
So I did. So I was working on the lightning bottles as Marissa Stapley while conceptualizing Christmas at the Ranch, and I was reading for that novel, reading my journals from my teenage years, and realizing there was just something to that, you know, young love feeling or thinking you were in love. And I realized that I really wanted to take that and channel that, and I really went back into those years. So you could say it is method writing, and then a lot of my teenage self, sort of naive, starry-eyed teenage self, made it into those journal entries that start the novel and are woven throughout.
So we hear that when you were writing this, your editor said, hey, Marissa/Julia, up the Christmas factor.
That's always a note that you get when you're writing a holiday romance, is like you're decorating a tree and it's like, we need the tinsel now, we need the lights. So, and it's why I love writing these novels, because you get to go in and kind of bedazzle everything. So I would have a conversation that was just a normal conversation, and then I'd go in and layer like, but her eyes lit up like Rudolph's nose, or his voice is like maple syrup on snow, and it's just, that's what you'll find that in the novel.
Yeah. That's so great. We can't let you leave without talking about your soon-to-be-released TV series we mentioned off the top. It's Lucky, which we read on the show and we absolutely adored. And it is starring the one and only Anya Taylor-Joy.
Oh, that's so huge.
So huge. And we hear that you actually manifested her into being your leading lady. So what's the backstory?
I did. I finished Lucky. I came out of my office having not done anything but work on my novel for months and months, and said to everyone in my life, what are you watching? What are you doing right now? And everybody was watching The Queen's Gambit.
Yes.
So I turned it on. She walked across the screen, and I remember going, oh my God, that's her. Like, that is Lucky. I've been writing this character, and that's the actress. So Hello Sunshine, when they optioned the book, said, just wondering, who would you imagine? And I said, it's Anya Taylor-Joy. And then they were like, oh, okay, like that's a little bit pie in the sky. She ended up reading Lucky, loved it, signed on. And then I got to meet her when I went to visit set in May.
Oh, nice.
I told her the story, and she said, did you manifest me? Oh. Like, we had a hug. And I was like, I think I did manifest you, Anya Taylor-Joy, and she's the perfect Lucky. Like, I feel it, she was born to play this character that I may or may not have created for her in some way.
Gosh. Well, Marissa/Julia, maybe we can manifest you and Anya coming back to the social together for this. Congratulations. That's a very cool story.
Thank you.
And thanks for joining us today. This was a real fun treat. Thank you so
fun.
much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, Christmas at the Ranch. It is out now wherever you buy your books. Perfect for the holiday season. But studio audience, why don't you get a head start? You're going home with your copy today.